Hey guys, it's your big dreamer and doer G Dinero coming to you today on this Wednesday to break down the trade. Today it's the Invest Answers CEP or Cantor Equity Partners January 16, 2026 $40 synthetic long, and we'll break that down in just a moment. But remember, none of this is tax, legal, financial, investment advice. It's your buddy G Dinero helping you increase your financial literacy to help set you and your family on that path to financial freedom. So let's dig in. So this was the trade alert that went out yesterday. It was on Cantor Equity Partners and said basically super risky trade. Now, just so you know, I have zero position in CEP. I don't plan on taking a position in CEP. I'm just breaking down a trade so that people can understand how the option trade went down. So first of all, he says, super risky, CEP could go to zero, saw a crazy trade, net credit for $4 for this synthetic long. Basically means the break even is $36, the stock's already at 43. He's back on the horse with options, as the options are now alive. No ASST options yet, been doing this a long time, but it's rare that you get a deep in the money synthetic long at a credit, and the price at the time was $43. So there was basically a mispricing in the options market, and Invest Answer saw that and jumped on it. And then later in the day, he put that there was a trade update. He's been doing some pretty cool trading. He talked about how he entered into the synthetic long and got paid to take the trade, and how he previously had made gains in CEP, riding it all the way up and exiting at $33, rotating those into a different asset altogether. And then he saw that opportunity to re-enter, and afterwards sold calls against the synthetic long. So first thing he did was earlier in the day purchase the synthetic long, and then later in the day sold covered calls against it, collecting an additional $4.10, bringing the total credit to $8.10 and a break even to just under $32. Now back on the train, and if it goes above 59, he'll roll them up or buy it back. All right, cool. So let's break down what exactly happened. So first of all, the first part of the trade is the synthetic long. Invest Answer sold the January 16th, 2026 CEP $40 put for $18.10. Thereabouts. Again, I estimate these. He doesn't tell us the exact what he sold the put for and what he bought the call for, but I look back through the data for the day to see when there was a $4 difference between the two, and this is where I found that $4 difference. So he sold the put for around $18.10, collecting $1,810. It used up $4,000 to collateralize the put due to assignment risk. What does that mean? That at any point between now and January 16, 2026, the opposing party can put or assign their shares of CEP to Invest Answers, and Invest Answers would need to pay $40 a share times 100 shares or $4,000 for those shares. Okay, that's what collateralizing means. That's what the assignment risk is. Then he took that money and bought the January 16th, 2026 CEP call for $14.10, spending $1,410. So he collected $1,810. He spent $1,410, resulting in a net credit of $4 a share or $400. So for every one of these, he got paid $400 to take the trade. The break even is the $40 strike price minus the $4 credit, or $36 by January 16th, 2026. Not a bad bet, right? I mean, he'd already ridden this thing all the way up to 33. Then it's gone up to $43. And he's able to re-enter it with technically a $36 cost basis, right? Because of the credit that was received up front. Here's what it looks like on Optionstrat. I use Optionstrat all the time. I'll go ahead and put a link here to where you can get Optionstrat for yourself. It's my preferred choice. And I just said, what if it went to $100 a share, right? What if this thing really took off and it a little bit more than doubled from where it was right now? That would make each one of these contracts worth $60 a share or $6,000 plus the $400 that he collected up front, which would be a $6,400 profit, or I didn't even know how to calculate the return. Technically, it's an infinite return because he didn't spend anything. He got paid up front to take the trade, got paid on the back end when he ultimately sells it for $60 a share. If CEP goes to $100 a share, okay? But he didn't stop there. He later sold the June 20th, 2025 CEP $55 call for $4.10. So that's a covered call. Yes, you can sell covered calls against leaps and or synthetic longs. So that's what he did. He collected another $410. Combined with the $400 from the original synthetic long equals $810 total credit collected. So far, he hasn't spent a dime, and he's already made $810 on the trade. The new break even on the trade is $31.90, which is the $40 strike minus the $4 credit he collected up front, the $4.10 credit he collected by selling the covered call, for a grand total of $8.10 of credit collected. And you could also look at it as this lowered his cost basis on the entire trade, right? You can look at it a multitude of ways. His cost basis, break even, $31.90. So InvestAnswer states that he will roll up or buy back the call if over $59 by June 20th. That's the break even for the call buyer. Remember, he sold the covered call for $4.10. Add that to the $55 strike price and you get $59. So if it's over $59, which is the break even for the call buyer, he'll either buy it back or roll it up. If he were to do nothing, his long call would be called away and he'll receive $55 minus the $40 strike price for the original synthetic long equals $15 a share or $1,500. That would be $1,500 plus the $400 that he collected up front. So he would have made almost $2,000 out of this trade. He got paid $400 up front, collects $1,500 on the back end, walks away with $1,900. He'd still have the put though, if that were the case, to either buy back or let the time value continue to bleed out. And instead, he'll likely choose to roll it up and out, the entire position, roll that call, that covered call up and out, or buy it back, which will be done monthly all the way out until January of 2026. He could sit there and sell covered calls against this thing for the next 6 months straight and likely make another $2 to $4 each time he does that. $2 to $4. Let's go in the middle of that and say he makes $3 a share each time. Does that for 6 months. That's $1,800 plus whatever he finally sells it for on the back end. So guys, do you want to see more content like this? If you do, make sure you like this video. Comment below. What'd you like best? What'd you learn? What else do you want to learn? And make sure you're subscribed to this channel so that you don't miss anything else like it. And book a course with me. If all of that sounded like gibberish, I teach an entire course on understanding options in addition to one on TradingView and technical analysis. Book a course with me so that you understand this inside and out and so that you can increase your financial literacy and help set you and your family on that path to financial freedom. Have a wonderful afternoon. We'll see you soon.